November 8, 2017 marks 1 year since Donald Trump's election as President of the United States. In the past year, there have been repeated attacks on women's rights, and women have risen to the occasion to counter this onslaught through resistance, activism, and even running for office, among other tactics. The following tweets sum up being a woman in 2017, touching on the issues women face under the Trump administration, but also on the admirable ways in which women, and men, have come together to counter attacks on their rights. Women have faced a myriad of threats to their rights since Trump took office. The Trump administration and congressional Republicans have repeatedly sought to defund Planned Parenthood, as well as to limit women's health insurance coverage. Some of these efforts have succeeded, with Trump successfully cutting some funding for Planned Parenthood as well as rolling back the Obamacare birth control mandate for employers. Moreover, the administration has also rescinded sexual assault protections and clamped down on equal pay measures, among other things. However, women have certainly not taken these attacks on their rights lightly. Many people have come together to resist these policies and make their voices heard. The tweets below reflect both the myriad of ways in which Trump, his administration, and other elected officials have sought to dismantle women's rights, but also the impressive ways in which women and men have taken a stand against these actions. Someone just screamed "fuck you Paul Ryan" while we were inserting her IUD, and I've never laughed so hard in my life. Jada the Dream Ghoul, June 2, 2017. Someone just screamed "FCKU Paul Ryan" while we were inserting her IUD, and I've never laughed so hard in my life. In early October, the Trump administration rolled back the Obamacare contraception mandate, allowing many more employers to claim an exemption to providing birth control for women. Moreover, women's access to affordable birth control was perpetually at stake when Republicans repeatedly threatened to repeal Obamacare, prompting many women, possibly including the woman featured in this tweet, to seek affordable birth control before Obamacare's potential repeal. I think everyone marching with "Defund Planned Parenthood" signs should have to adopt, "From a Mom in Crisis, Hold Her Hand While Delivering." Ricky at Majestic Actual, November 3, 2017. I think everyone marching with "Defund Planned Parenthood" signs should have to adopt, "From a Mom in Crisis, Hold Her Hand While Delivering." Planned Parenthood has also repeatedly faced defunding threats under the Trump administration, some of which have succeeded. In April, Trump signed a law that allows states to withhold federal funding from organizations that provide abortion services, like Planned Parenthood. Even though none of that money from the government was used on abortion procedures, they were needed to provide basic reproductive health care services. This law potentially puts the health and well-being of thousands of women and men at risk. 2004 Vote or Die. What a cool slogan. 2017 Vote or Die. No, I'm serious. If you don't vote, you could literally die. Oh no shit, witn't it? Oh no shit, witn't. November 7, 2017. 2004 Vote or Die. What a cool slogan. 2017 Vote or Die. No, I'm serious. If you don't vote, you could literally die. Republicans' repeated attempts to repeal Obamacare placed millions of lives at risk, particularly those of women. Indeed, a version of the American Health Care Act (AHCA) included provisions to allow states to remove individual health care market coverage for maternity care, potentially forcing pregnant women to go without coverage or costing them tens of thousands of dollars. This tweet illustrates how high the stakes are for many women in Trump's America. Trump to nominate Penny Nance, an anti-LGBT, anti-abortion, notorious anti-feminist, to be ambassador for women. As the ACLU noted, Trump's nominee for the ambassador-at-large for global women's issues, Penny Nance, has a long record of anti-women and anti-LGBTQ advocacy. She's a staunch opponent of abortion rights and Planned Parenthood. She has also condemned various pro-women and pro-LGBTQ pieces of legislation, like the Violence Against Women Act, the Obamacare contraception mandate, and protections for transgender youth. This man thinks we should ban abortion and force women to give birth to support the labor market. Unfortunately, 2017 has been rife with examples of male politicians trying to issue directives about women's bodies. This includes Wisconsin State Rep. Scott Allen, who implied that he believes women should be forced to give birth to improve the economy. Ivanka Trump, who styles herself as champion of women families, supports ending collection of equal pay debt. In August, the Trump administration ended an Obama-era policy designed to help women and people of color determine whether they are being paid less than their male and white counterparts. The policy had required select employers to disclose their pay data to the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission in order to allow for pay tracking. Trump's administration unceremoniously ended this policy, with Ivanka Trump, who has championed equal pay in the past, saying, "Ultimately, while I believe the intention was good and agree that pay transparency is important, the proposed policy would not yield the intended results." Betsy DeVos is rolling back protections for sexual assault survivors, but it's okay because Rick Perry has a plan. Fossil fuels. In September, Betsy DeVos, Trump's Secretary of Education, decided to roll back Obama-era protections designed to offer protections for victims of sexual assault on college campuses. To add insult to injury, in early November, Secretary of Energy Rick Perry also suggested that encouraging the use of fossil fuels in Africa will help prevent sexual assaults across the continent because from the standpoint of sexual assault, when the lights are on, when you have light that shines, the righteousness, if you will, on those types of acts, nothing quite like watching a woman giving a presentation being told by a dude audience member how she should have given her presentation. Paul Musgrave at Prof. Musgrave, November 7, 2017. Nothing quite like watching a woman giving a presentation being told by a dude audience member how she should have given her presentation. This tweet highlights the issues of mansplaining and workplace sexism, which have been regularly brought to light in 2017. It's almost 2018 and people still think it's perfectly okay for men to leave pregnant women alone, have nothing to do with their child because they're not ready to be a father, but women are murderers for wanting the option of abortion in their own country. Emma at Emricker 1, October 31, 2017. It's almost 2018 and people still think it's perfectly okay for men to leave pregnant women alone, have nothing to do with their child because they're not ready to be a father, but women are murderers for wanting the option of abortion in their own country. This tweet highlights the perpetual double standards faced by women, particularly in regards to abortion rights. I'm automatically attracted to beautiful women. I just start kissing them. It's like a magnet. Just kiss. I don't even wait. And when you're a star, they let you do it. You can do anything. Grab them by the PY. You can do anything. 280 characters. https://t.co. Foshk, New York Daily News. At Daily News, November 7, 2017. I'm automatically attracted to beautiful women. I just start kissing them. It's like a magnet. Just kiss. I don't even wait. And when you're a star, they let you do it. You can do anything. Grab them by the PY. You can do anything. 280 characters. This tweet from the New York Daily News account serves as a poignant reminder that the President of the United States once admitted to forcibly kissing women. Why is no one still talking about the sexual harassment and assault of a dozen women by the game show host of The Apprentice, Betty F. Kin White? At Betty F. Kin White, November 3, 2017. Why is no one still talking about the sexual harassment and assault of a dozen women by the game show host of The Apprentice? This tweet makes a slightly veiled reference to the ongoing harassment allegations against President Trump. Trump and his administration has vehemently denied all claims of sexual misconduct, and called his accusers liars. To those in the resistance running for office, good luck. Especially to the women running for the first time like me. In the face of countless threats to women's rights, however, 2017 has also inspired fierce resistance to the Trump administration and policies that infringe on people's rights. This particular tweet by Heather Whaley, who ran for local office in the November 7 elections, highlights the optimism many people feel. Record numbers of women are now running for office in 2017 as part of this activism. Since Trump was elected, Emily's List, an organization which helps elect pro-choice, Democratic women, has heard from 20,000 women interested in running for office. For 20,152,016, they heard from just over 900. Elizabeth Guzman and Hala Ayala both defeated Republican incumbents tonight to become the first ever Latinas elected to the Virginia House of Delegates. Election Day Virginia election. In addition to more women running for office, Tuesday's state and local elections showed that women are also achieving victories in these races. Tuesday's elections were a boon for women, with many women and women of color elected to their respective offices for the first time in history. In Virginia alone, the country's first openly transgender state delegate, as well as the state's first ever Latina, Asian American woman, and lesbian delegates were all elected to office, with several of them unseating incumbent Republicans. Now do you believe that the Women's March did matter? You ain't seen nothing yet. We are on the move. The momentum from the Women's March that kicked off 2017 is here to stay, and women and men around the country are continually engaging in activism to produce positive change in the U.S. overall. These tweets reflect the many ways in which it has been a challenge to be a woman in 2017. However, they also acknowledge the amazing efforts of many women and men to ensure that the future is brighter for women, and for everyone. Editors note this OP does not reflect the views of BDG Media and is part of a larger, feminist discourse on today's political climate.